at Michael Bernhard. Mike is 4-2. He is 24 years old, 170, stands 6'3". He fights out of FFA Miami, and he is taking on Alton Barbosa. Barbosa is 4'1", 33 years old, 169, stands 6'1", and he is training out of American Top Team, Coconut Creek via Brazil. Now, Bernhard has been to the big show before. This guy, he goes by Gringo Diablo. He's fought in Elite XC, and he has faced a bit better competition here. All of his wins have come by way of TKO, although he was triangled when he went to Elite. But he recently went to Thailand to train for this fight, and I actually commentated his first fight with you, Dean, and man, he's got some heavy hands. So I think Bernhard is going to look to try to keep this one standing and probably look for that KO. He says he's got the right cross of doom. He's also
he's definitely, you know, I think he's one of the best fighters in the state at 170 pounds, you know, regardless of big show or small show. I think this guy, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and I think that Brett, even though he's got a bright future ahead of him, he's got a tough test tonight.
Yeah, Alton Barbosa is a submission master. This guy has been a black belt since 2003. He's a Brazilian state champ. There we see the ISKA welterweight MMA belt, which is on the line tonight. But again, Barbosa is a Brazilian state champ. He's a Naga champ. All his wins, his 4 wins have come by way of submissions. His last 2 wins by way of triangle. And
he can win a hoist race and look-alike contest. You never see this guy's face.
And he has the clinical precision of a brain surgeon when it comes to submissions. He makes it look all too easy. He's been training since he's been 9 years old. So I think this is going to be the typical striker versus grappler. Even though Mike Bernhard does have a little bit of he's been wrestling all his life, I still feel that this is going to definitely, Bernhard's going to want to keep this one standing.
Yeah, I would expect him to try to keep this standing, just considering Barbosa's background in jiu-jitsu. I mean, this guy's a phenomenal jiu-jitsu player. You know, and his stand-up has been untested, his chin has been untested, so we want to see what Bernhard comes out to do in this fight, or what Barbosa comes out to do. I think that if Barbosa gets a takedown early on, it could be a long night for Bernhard.
Now, Bernhard stands 6'3". There you see him, boy, 6'3" for 170. That's a pretty strong weight pretty strong height advantage there. But he's taking on Barbosa, who is 6'1". Both these guys are pretty big for 170.
Yeah, 6'3" and 6'1" at 170 pounds. I mean, if you look at these guys, I mean, they're solid. They're not just like, you know, Bernhard's 6'3", 170, but he's not really skinny. I mean, he's a solid guy. And that's just tough, too, to deal with that type of height. I mean, you know, when he's throwing punches, he's coming down with them punches, and he's got gravity on his side. You look at Alton Barbosa, I mean, this guy looks like he's in shape. I mean, he's got, you know, a six-pack and, you know, big old biceps. Get like that.
Yeah, Alton Barbosa comes from Brazil. Now he trains at American Top Team's main academy in Coconut Creek. So we know he's got some good training partners, but Mike Bernhard training out of FFA, he's got the Avalon brothers to train with, and he's got a lot of good guys over there too. So let's see. Here we go for 3 rounds, 5-minute rounds. This is for the ISKA welterweight belt. And we are about to get underway. Here we go. I am Jen Baronico with Dean Thomas for Streetwise Fight League presents Raging Wolf Fights.
It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, that's a nice kick right there. Oh, wow. What?
Whoa! Huge right hook there. Actually, it didn't even look like there was much on the punch.
You know, he was on one leg as he came through with that right hand from Doom. He was on one leg and came straight down the center with that right hand from Doom. Again, that's just the genetics of his body. He's so tall, he's so long, and he caught him at the end of that punch, and he is floored.
Wow! And it's over just like that.
Floored. He don't know where he's at.
Man, that was a vicious knockout there. Mike, the Gringo Diablo Bernhard, told me he had the hand of doom, and he wasn't kidding. The right cross of doom, he said. Wow! Alton Barbosa never saw it coming, and that was possibly record-breaking. We'll have to see what the time was on that, but that was an amazing KO, and Mike the Gringo Diablo Bernhard improves his record to 5-2, and he is going home with the ISKA welterweight belt.
Yeah, that was definitely unexpected. That knockout was, wow, that was electrifying. I mean, that, you know, that's a way to cap off a night.
And there you see the medics are working on Alton Barbosa, who never even had a chance to show off his grappling techniques. But it looks like he's okay, and of course, with the medics looking on, it's the primary concern is to keep these fighters safe, and it does look like Alton Barbosa has come to, and he's going to be okay. But that was a vicious knockout.
Yeah, he went face down, you know, off that shot. I mean, that had to be a perfectly placed shot for that to happen, because, you know, he was on one leg, which means that he didn't even really get the full rotation of the punch. It was coming from the right side, so it was his right hand, which he did, you know, have the self-proclaimed right hand doom. But you know, still, that was a perfectly placed shot. A lot of power into it, even though he was on one leg. And wow, Barbosa just went face first into the dirt. Still probably not really sure where he's at this point.
Yeah, and you know, in the boxing world, they talk about the sweet spot, and I think that Bernhard definitely found Barbosa's sweet spot tonight as he gets the win over Alton Barbosa.
Wow, that was a shot.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that one again and call the time on it. That was probably 15 seconds, 20 seconds, I would say.
20 seconds. I mean, it was, he threw one kick, his kick got caught, and his hand followed up with the right hand and just put his face first into the floor.
And there you see Conan Silvera and the American top team congratulating Mike Bernhard. Bernhard was in the Coast Guard, and but now he's the head instructor at the Davie FFA Academy. Alton Barbosa back on his feet.
He's got to be a little disappointed. I mean, you know, you get a title shot like this, you train really hard for it. The ring shake could be hours and hours and hours of gym time. You go out there and get knocked out with 15 seconds. You know, it's almost like you got robbed of an opportunity. But, you know, if he got robbed of his opportunity, he got robbed by Mike Bernhard. He also put in his time. And I took advantage of the solid mistake that Barbosa made.
So we are going to turn it over to our ring announcer, Damian Pinto, and to make this one official. And the ISKA welterweight belt goes to Mike the Gringo Diablo Bernhard, fighting out of FFA, Miami, Florida.
This one comes to a close at the right 11-second mark of round number 1. Your winner by way of knockout and new ISKA welterweight champion,
So, a big night of action. That was some extreme real MMA fighting here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the War Memorial Auditorium. Promoters Ray Newkirk and Roger Thrall put together a very successful first event here for Streetwise Fight League presents Raging Wolf Fights. We saw some vicious KOs. We saw some beautiful submission techniques. And Dean, what was your favorite fight of the night?
Jen, it was a lot of great fights, a lot of great battles tonight. But I gotta go with my favorite fight tonight was between Lyndon Mitchell and Yuri Viaford. I've been waiting to see this kid fight for a long time. Just 18 years old. I've been training with him for a long time. I was dying to see him fight. He did not disappoint me. That was my favorite fight of the night, bar none.
All right, so big thanks to Unlimited Fighting Productions for making this possible for us. I'm Jen Veronico with Dean Thomas, and we'll see you next time at the fights, baby.